Mr. Speaker, I rise today with the jolted spine of a man who has navigated the treacherous byways of Cabbage, Delaware, one too many times, to address a crisis that has turned our picturesque village into a vehicular nightmare. I thank you for calling me, although I do confess that the smooth floor of this house mocks the cratered chaos my constituents endure daily. Our roads, Mr. Speaker, are no longer roads. They are a lunar landscape, pockmarked with potholes so vast they have earned affectionate, if exasperated names from the locals: Kier's Crater, Angela's Abyss, Rachel's Ravine, Darren's Hole, and the frankly terrifying Widowmaker's Dip. Let me set the scene for this house. In Cabbage de la Weir, a simple trip to the post office is now an expedition requiring the courage of Shackleton and the suspension of a monster truck. Mrs. Ethel Grimsby, a stalwart of our village's knitting circle, wrote to me in despair after her mobility scooter was swallowed whole by a pothole outside the chippy. She was rescued, Mr. Speaker, although her dignity and her scone delivery are yet to recover. Young Tommy Widget, our local paperboy, has taken to delivering the Cabbage Chronicle on foot, as his bicycle wheels have surrendered to the tyranny of our tarmac. And let us not forget poor Mr. Jenkins, whose vintage Morris Minor now resides permanently in what locals call the Axle Snapper on Weir Lane. The statistics are as jarring as driving down Blackwater Road. In the past 18 months, Cabbage de la Weir has recorded 1,472 pothole-related complaints. That's a 64% increase since this government took office. Our local garage, Sprocket & Sons, reports a 200% surge in suspension repairs, and the AA has declared our high street a no-go zone for low-clearance vehicles. Yet, what has this government done? Nothing. Nothing but fling hollow promises that sink faster than cheap tarmac in a spring shower. Their much vaunted Roads for the Future scheme delivered a single bag of gravel and a pamphlet on mindful driving. Mindful driving, Mr. Speaker. Tell that to the pensioners weaving through potholes like rally drivers on a bad day. The honourable gentleman opposite may chuckle, but has he ever fishtailed through a puddle the size of Lake Windermere only to discover that it conceals a pothole deep enough to hide a sheep? My constituents have. This government's neglect is not just an inconvenience, it's a scandal. The previous administration's pothole pledge was a farce. £50,000 for the entire country, barely enough to fill a single crater. And the minister's suggestion at last month's questions that we adopt to rural charm is an insult to every driver with a misaligned wheel and a bruised coccyx. I propose urgent action, a pothole-filling task force, equipped with industrial-grade asphalt and a mandate to restore our roads to their former glory. We need proper funding for proper resurfacing, not the pathetic patchwork nonsense that washes away with the first rain. I call for a pothole reporting app so my constituents can log the likes of Kier's Crater and Angela's Abyss in real time. Plus, a compensation scheme for those whose axles have fallen victim to this government's inertia. And I invite the minister to visit Cabbage de la Weir, preferably in a low-riding saloon car, to experience the bone-rattling reality for himself. The people of Cabage de la Weir deserve roads, not obstacle courses. They demand action, not excuses. Solution, not sound bites. Will the government step up, or will they all leave us driving moon buggies by next spring? I commend this motion to the House.
This video for the Right Honorable Giles Bumblethorpe is sponsored by Sprocket and Sons. Giles and myself love coffee. Why not buy us a cup or donate to the cause on the link in the description? Thank you, my darlings.